it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a book haul. Start with the books that were sent to me first. HarperCollins had sent me this and I was so excited when I opened it. Unfadeable by Maurice Broaddus. It's an anticipated release, so I am so excited. Out here in the streets, I'm known as Unfadeable. Bella, Unfadeable Fade, is determined to stay out of trouble. A wiser than her years graffiti artist known for tagging walls and bridges in her Indianapolis neighborhood, The Land. Bella plans to spend her summer break lying low and steering clear of anyone who might tip off social services that she's living on her own. But keeping a low profile is all but impossible when Bella discovers people in high places are trying to defund the land. She has to find a way to fight back. Being involved will mean putting herself out there, making connections with unlikely friends, and attracting potential enemies. But if Bella doesn't put her trust in her neighbors and learn how to bring her community together, her home and her future will never be the same. It sounds so good and like an important read too. I'm very excited. Thank you again, HarperCollins, so much. And then Shadow Mountain Publishing sent me the second book in the Lost Wonderland Diaries by J. Scott Savage, and I love the first book and I was so excited to see the sequel was finally coming out. It's a highly anticipated release and sequel. Synopsis says it is the sequel, but so excited. Thank you so much. And then Source Books reached out and they sent me an arc for Monsters in the Mist by Juliana Brandt. This comes out in May, so very soon. I'm filming this end of April. When Glennon McHugh moves into a lighthouse on a mysterious island, he must figure out why those who visit are never heard from again, before he and his family fall victim to the island's curse. After Glennon McHugh's father takes an overseas position, Lennon finds himself relocated from Minneapolis to his uncle's lighthouse on Isle Filippo, smack dab in the middle of Lake Superior. Surrounded by nothing but black, ominous waters, there are many stories about the island, but the worst one is that sailors wash ashore and are never seen again. Just before his family is supposed to move home, a storm rocks the isle and a ship crashes outside the lighthouse. The survivors seem off, especially one sailor who acts more like a monster than a person. Suddenly, Glennon finds himself in the middle of a real-life scary story, and unless he can figure out the mystery of the island, he and his family will be lost forever. I've loved what I have read of this author, so I'm very excited to get to this very soon since it comes out soon. So thank you very much, Source Books. And then lastly, for the books sent to me, the author reached out, and she was so nice, and she said so many kind words about my Instagram. So thank you so much. The author is Ellen Potter, and this is Hither and Nigh. This comes out in September. It's a very highly anticipated release, so I was so excited when she reached out. I got that stunning cover. Now Batista is down to her last chance, literally. Join the Last Chance Club or be expelled from school. The kids in the club are an odd group, but when their teacher starts giving lessons in magic, things go completely off the weird scale. Nell doesn't believe in it at first. After all, she's a smart city kid, and there has been nothing magical in her life since her brother disappeared 3 years ago. But this magic is real and powerful. As their skills grow, Nell and her new friends discover a parallel New York City called the Nigh. It's a place as delightful as it is scary, where statues can talk, magicians ride on giant dogs, and monsters roam Central Park. Could the Nigh hold the key to finding Nell's missing brother? Just how far will Nell go, and who can she trust in a world topsy-turvy with enchantment? That sounds so good. Not only New York, but parallel New York, and that just sounds amazing too. There's the alternate New York. It's very exciting. And it says, a dazzling new fantasy adventure for fans of 13 Witches, which I loved. James Riley about a girl who discovers a magical parallel New York City that may help her find her missing brother. So excited. Thank you so much. And then I'm going to do sequels. There was a Amazon sale recently, and so there'll be more US sequels in here than normal of books I haven't read yet because I had stopped doing that. But they were included in the sale as some of the other books I got were too. So I won't read synopsis since they are sequels. We got Fearless by Mandy Gonzalez with Brittany J. Thurman. The series is Fearless. This book is Boulevard of Dreams. This is the second book. That's the first book. And they just sound incredible. This one looks a little bit shorter than the first one, but I'm very excited to have it. And then with these covers that I'm wanting the series in now, I got the second book in the Kingdom Keeper series, Disney at Dawn by Ridley Pearson. Just love these covers. And I got the third, and I'm not sure if it's final, but in the Shuri series, Marvel, a Black Panther novel, and it's Symbiosis. by Nick Stone. Such a gorgeous cover. I know there will be a graphic novel coming out soon too. If it hadn't already come out, it might have just come out. I can't remember. Anyway, there's a graphic novel, but so I still have to get that. But excited to get that. And the second in the Skyborn series by Jessica Khoury, Call of the Crow. These just look so good and right up my alley. Very excited to get that. I know the third one comes out later this year, I think. And then the third in the Cinders and Sparks series by Lindsay Kelk with these covers, Goblins in Gold. These are just really short, but they just look amazing, and they have like incredible illustrations. So, and the third book in this series was on the sale, but the first two weren't. It's so weird. So I'm gonna get the first two from eBay. I always check when I'm doing the sale too to make sure that even though it is a sale, that the books I'm putting in the cart for the sale wouldn't end up being cheaper, like on eBay or something. And this one wasn't. So it's the Expeditioners series by S.S. Taylor, and this is the Expeditioners and the Lost City of Maps. So it's the third book. So, and then I love what I've read of Julie Berry. Her Sisters of Prickwillow Place is so good. I love that book. And then I read another one with the ostrich. I can't remember what it's called, but I love that. And I have the first book in this series. And so the second book was on there, so I got it. And the third book comes out later this year, I think. So Julie Berry, and this is Crime and Carpetbags. And these just sound incredible. So I'm so excited to have the next book. So that's it for the US sequels. And then I have 3 UK ones. The first 2 are from sequels I haven't read yet, but like I said, the UK sequels are not hardly, they're not even half, they're like half the cost of a US because they're usually paperback. But the Doomfire Secret by Annalise Avery, and The Night's Silver Promise was the first book, and I have it, so I can't wait to binge read these together because they look and sound so up my alley. And then Skywake is a series, and this is Battlefield by Jamie Russell. This is the second book in the series. It sounds so good. And this one I have read the first book. The first book was Orla and the Serpent's Curse. It's by C.J. Haslam. Loved it so much. I'm so excited that the sequel's out. Orla and the Magpie's Kiss. I can't wait to read this and see what happens next. So excited. And that's it for sequel. And I only got 1 graphic novel. This is on my anticipated release, so I won't read the synopsis, but Mamo by Sass Millage. Beautiful art. It sounds so good. Love a good witchy story. And the next 2 are like picture book types. I just love this art. Classic Stories, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I think I showed one of these in the last book club. And then The Secret Garden. It wasn't on the sale, and then it got put on the sale, so I was so excited. I love The Secret Garden. Alright, and continuing on. I got another book in this series in another sale. So the first book was on the sale this time, so I got it. It's The Horrendous Imaginings, Theft of Sapphire by Joseph Daniel. And this just sounds so good and so up my alley. And there's literally no synopsis, so I can't read it. And I got The Owl Service by Alan Garner with new introduction by Philip Pullman. So pretty. From the moment Allison discovers the dinner service in the attic with its curious pattern of floral owls, a chain of events is set in progress that is to affect everybody's lives. Something old and powerful is stirring in the Welsh Valley. Allison, Roger, and Gwen can all feel it, but only who seems to understand it. Inevitably, forces from the past overwhelm the present. Will any of them be strong enough to forestall the fate that threatens? Didn't say much, but it sounds, when it says, it sounds so good, so I'm very excited. And these next 3 were included in the sale. First in the series is a Jack Courtney adventure. It's by Wilbur Smith. Cloudburst with Chris Wakely. Jack Courtney has lived in the UK his whole life, but this summer his parents are traveling to the Democratic Republic of Congo for a conference, and they've promised to take Jack and his friends with them. When his parents go missing, abducted by mercenaries, it's up to Jack, Amelia, and Xander to brave the jungle, investigate the local mines, and try to find them. With guerrillas, bandits, poachers, and an annoying cousin in the mix, the 3 teenagers will need their wits about them if they are to save not only Jack's parents, but their own lives too. Looks like a great adventure. We got this first in the series. I know the next couple will come out later this year, I believe. Horse Country, Can't Be Tamed by Emil Said Mendez. Welcome to Paradise Ranch, where everyone can get a second chance. Carolina Aguazvivas has grown up on Paradise Ranch, which she knows down to every last pony. But things are sure to change when the new owner's daughter, Chelsea Sanchez, sweeps in with an attitude and feisty thoroughbred named Velvet. The mare is skittish, headstrong, and hurt, and Carolina is determined to ride him. Chelsea, who considers herself too good to clean stalls, certainly doesn't seem like a real horse girl. Carol knows she's the only one who can help Velvet recover, and she's ready to prove it no matter what it takes. Sounds like a cute story. And then Someplace to Call Home by Sandra Dallas. I've been wanting this for so long, so I'm happy to finally have it. In 1933, what's left of the Turner family, 12-year-old Haley and her 2 brothers, finds itself driving the back roads of rural America. The children have been swept up in a new migratory way of life. America is facing 2 devastating crises: the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. Hundreds of thousands of people across the country have lost jobs. Driven by severe economic hardship, thousands of people take to the road to seek whatever work they can find, often splintering fragile families in the process. As the Turner children move from town to town, searching for work and trying to cobble together the basic necessities of life, they are met with suspicion and hostility. They are viewed as outsiders in their own country. So I'm excited to finally have this. Then I got Mirror Child, Book 1, The Wool Gatherer by Tamara Andrews. Such a beautiful cover. A child born in a mirage is bound to be extraordinary, and Faye Maribel is certainly that. Delivered to a miner and his wife, she grows up in the western canyons where she tries to live an ordinary life. But Faye is no ordinary girl, and she embarks on a journey through the canyon of the sun where the mortal and fairy worlds collide. A flighty and frivolous sand fairy, a mysterious couple in a cliff house, a castle hovering in air, an evil fairy king. That sounds so... I'm just so intrigued by that. And I found Nature's Last Hope by Julia Satu. Cover just hooked me. And the synopsis sounds so good. A young Mother Nature, a prince with something to prove, a ruthless empire about to destroy them both. 13-year-old Atha, abandoned by her neglected family at a boarding school, discovers a grandmother bequeathed her an enchanted book that sparkles and warns of danger. Lured from the school and kidnapped, she escapes and under the book's navigation finds herself in Weebit Village, a community of chipmunk-sized characters. There, Atha learns she is Mother Nature. With a new gang of misfits, 2 bickering Weebits, a brawler hired as their guide, and a wolf, she journeys for Nature's Keep to claim her birthright. 14-year-old Caden, the heir to Enstria, disagrees with his father's ironclad rule over their people. But in order to win the crown to improve the lives of their subjects, he must first earn his father's respect and prove he's not only capable of ruling, but just as ruthless. When the chance to capture and compel Mother Nature arises, he volunteers for the job, knowing his father will demand the ultimate sacrifice, his principles, and her life. So intrigued. So found Werewolf Mishap 1, Cadence Van Ost. Such a great cover. Emery Foster and her lifelong friend, Paisley Greenwood, live ordinary lives. At least that's what they thought before one day a doorway appeared in their backyard. Through the door they find Thornprim, a magical school that informs them that they are able to perform magic. Emery and Paisley meet new friends and troubles throughout the school year. Several strange events occur over the school year, but after a student is attacked by a werewolf, even more follow. Love a good magical school, and I love that synopsis. And then Unlegendary Dragon, The Magical Kids of Lore by R.L. Bowman. Such a great cover. 12-year-old Connor Pendridge is moving again. This time his mom thinks their lives will be better in Lore, a sleepy island town off the coast of New England. Connor is tired of feeling like an outsider and doesn't want to start over at yet another new school, especially in a place as boring as Lore. But as Connor quickly discovers, Lore isn't nearly as boring as it seems. Fantastic creatures start appearing that only he can see, from fairies in his classroom to goblins at home. Connor thinks he's going crazy until a mysterious woman reveals his true destiny and gives him a dragon amulet containing the magic of Excalibur, the legendary sword of King Arthur. Connor must use the amulet to transform into the mighty dragon and stop an evil sorceress from conquering the world. Connor doesn't know the first thing about being a dragon, but with the help of Merlin, a wizard from the local Renaissance fair, and his new magical friends, he must try to master his amazing powers before it's too late. Will he soar as the legendary dragon of his destiny, or flame out at the most unlegendary dragon of all time? So excited. And I got Prophecy of the Underworld by Lo Ying Ping. Beautiful cover. When the prophesized hero dies one day before the world needs saving, 13-year-old Julian Key is randomly chosen as a last-minute replacement. With absolutely no world-saving skills whatsoever, he must nonetheless lead his friends into the underworld to retrieve a magical rock that can save their world. The problem is that the ruling council of the underworld objects to their quest, and the rock can only be attained by passing through a series of terrible trials, including navigating an unsolvable maze, enduring unspeakable tortures in the dungeons of the council's citadel, and facing a really cute bunny. And is the underworlder who cheerfully volunteers to risk her life to help them simply a girl with a very kind, selfless heart, or is she really a spy for the council? That sounds amazing. And then Hearts and Crafts Squad Goals by Lisa Papadimitriou. Mackenzie Miller has big goals. For instance, Copper in 7th grade with projects. There's a mom project, finding her mom a boyfriend even if she says she's not interested. The friend project, win back the BFFs who dumped her and make a new friend. And the band project, so what if she's never planned a fundraiser? How hard can it be? But finding real-life romance is a lot more complicated than her mom's favorite movies make it look. And last year's friends still won't tell Mackenzie what she did wrong. And the fundraiser? It has to be beyond impressive since Mackenzie accidentally promised a live band so amazing it will make everybody poop their pants. The harder Mackenzie works to craft the perfect school year, the more she feels like she's failing. She can do it all, can't she? Or do her big goals require something more, like a little help from her friends? Sounds so cute. And then I got this in the sale. It's one I've been wanting forever. Gold Rush Girl by Avi. I don't know how to say his name. Life in 1848 in Providence, Rhode Island isn't terribly exciting for a girl like Victoria Blaisdell. Barred from going to school and forced to borrow books secretly from the library, Tori longs to live a life as adventurous and independent as that of her heroine, Jane Eyre. Then Tori's father loses his job and becomes so desperate to restore his family's fortunes that he decides to seek a share of the newly discovered gold in California. Tori, eager to seize control of her own destiny, stows away on the westbound ship carrying her father and younger brother, Jacob. Though San Francisco is mud-caked, frenzied, and full of wild and dangerous men, Tori quickly finds friends and independence until her father leaves for the gold fields and care of Jacob falls to her. But then Jacob vanishes, kidnapped perhaps, hidden among the hundreds of ships called Rotten Row that have been abandoned in the bay. If he is there, Tori must find him in a treacherous search. It sounds like a great adventure. So excited to finally have this. Another one I got in the sale that I've been wanting forever, Wonderland by Barbara O'Connor. Henry was tired of being alone in the woods. He was going to look for those girls. Mavis Jeter is fearless and bold, but she has never lived one place long enough to have a real best friend. Her flighty mother has uprooted them yet again to another new home and taken a job as a housekeeper for the Tully family. Mavis wants this home to be a permanent, which means finding herself a best friend. Rose Tully is a warrior who feels like she doesn't quite fit in with the other girls in her neighborhood. Her closest friend is Mr. Duffy, but he hasn't been himself since his dog died. Rose may have to break a few of her mother's many rules to help Mr. Duffy and find someone who really understands her. Henry has run away from home, but he craves kindness and comfort and doesn't know where to look for them. When Mavis and Rose hatch a scheme to find Mr. Duffy a new dog, their lives and Henry's intersect, and they find friendship in places they never expected. It sounds so heartwarming. And then a couple of duologies, or at least there's only 2 out so far. Got 3 sets. The Folk Tellers. Excerpts from an Unknown Guidebook. That's the series. This is book 1, Phases of the Moon by Joseph Bastian. It says coming soon to TV too. And then book 2 is Cave in the Rock. Illustrations. In every age across time and space, there have been folk tellers. These are the select few who have been chosen to collect and share the stories that must be told. Aaron is an average Midwestern teen, or so he thinks. When his grandfather disappears under strange circumstances, Aaron's ordinary existence changes forever. He will soon discover a mysterious world where stories are powerful and dangerous, where deadly enemies and dark forces lurk just out of sight. Accompanied by his friend, Jake, and an odd girl from another dimension, Aaron must save his grandfather from the gathering darkness and the shadowy creatures that thrive within. In time, Aaron will learn that whoever holds the story wields the power, and that the choices he makes will change the destiny of the entire universe. I've been having my eye on these. I've had my eye on these for a while. And then the Susie Steele Adventures by R. Max Tilsley. First is the Steel Trap. Second book is the Steel Bite. Scaring off nannies used to be Susie Steele's biggest challenge, but now she's facing expulsion from Wellesley Academy, her dad is missing, and someone or something is following her. With the help of her best friends, Daisy and Monica, Susie must uncover the truth behind her dad's disappearance, and she had better figure it out fast. The dead are coming, and time is running out. I'm so intrigued by these. I'm so excited to have them. And then I got the Elementalist series. Book 1 is Phoenix Rising by Elfie and Celia Rischel. It was written by father and daughter team, so that's pretty cool. And there's illustration. And the second book is Croder the Ancient. I think that's what it says. When a strange creature attacks Amber's village and burns one of the fields, the townsfolk are confused. Why would it harm the sleepy town of Seabrook? And why are the pixies suddenly disappearing? Amber bravely goes on a quest to find answers, but learns things are far worse than imagined. The attack is only a small part of a worldwide diabolical plan. If she doesn't act fast, the world she knew could disappear forever. So excited. I think these are going to be so amazing. The last 4 are going to be ones that were in my April anticipated releases, I believe. So, Freethinker's Daughter by Jenny O'Neill. And since they were in that video, I'm not going to read the synopsis again. So excited. Sounds so good. The Great Fox Illusion by Justin Edwards. I'm so excited. How many times can I say excited? And then Stealth Access Denied by Jason Rohan. Sounds like a great adventure. And then lastly, The Edge of In-Between by Lorelei Savarin. Retelling of The Secret Garden. I'm all in. I loved this author's other books, so I'm very excited. Okay, there's a couple more books that I had hauled, but I didn't put them in my haul pile, so I didn't include them, so I'm just gonna show them here briefly. They're most anticipated releases, so they were in my April anticipated releases video, so I'm not gonna read synopsis, I'll just show you the ones I got. The Shabbat Sabotage by Emma Carlson Byrne. So excited. And the graphic novel Cloud Town by Daniel McCloskey. I wish it was all in these colors because I like that. I mean, it's cool that it's all uniform, like the same blue and like white, but and then Zia Erases the World by Bree Barton. Yeah, this is just going to be a great mental health read for kids, so excited. So those are the 3. Alright y'all, that's all for this video. Did you see any that you're interested in? Have you read any of them already? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love that. If you'd like to. DuckTales today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.